Hey everyone, Mike Simmons here, coming at you with our weekly recap. And this is all about having ticket trends, helpful insights, and it's just a way to help you do your job as you're supporting your sites each and every day. We appreciate you. After all, it's about you being equipped and supported and valued. Speaking about valued, I'm going to share something with you guys. We're going to kick off with a big thanks. We got this incredible email from Stephanie Pickens over at Alliance. Let's go ahead and get things started. Let's jump on in.
Welcome to the weekly recap with Mike Simmons.
So, let me share the email. Let me share with you guys. The name of this email is called Changing Lives. And here's what Stephanie said. She said, "Hey, Cameron and Michael, I wanted to reach out to tell you how different this year is compared to last year. This year was completely different. Day 2 of class, the kids could log in, did not have trouble. They're able to get all their software and most things are resolved with ease. I am blown away. Things are not perfect, but they are the closest I've ever had to perfect around here. I can't say thank you enough to both of you on working on these Mac nightmares. Please share this up with the powers that be. I'm so happy that I can function and operate this classroom successfully this early in this year. Your hard work has paid off. You are so appreciated." Cameron, good job, sir. That's an amazing email, changing lives. That's great. So I shared it with, with Mr. Todd Small, and he said, "Thank you for sharing, and this is what we strive for." So again, thank you. All right, now speaking about thanks, if you head over to Teams, I went ahead and inside of our chat, let's see, Site Tech Support, I added a link, right? So right next to Knowledge Base and right next to Tech Tools is 5-star reviews. 5-star reviews, and again, anytime you get those links, open it in a new browser, and it'll just have you sign in with your work Google account, right? And I put tabs. So I put the first couple weeks in August, I got last week in August, and then I've got the totals right there. So if you guys want to see just the verbatims of what people are saying and giving you those 5 stars, I just wanted you guys to have a quick and easy way to access that inside of Teams. And because again, we're all in the Site Tech Support chat constantly, but now you've got links up here to be able to look at that. So 5-star review, go check it out whenever you get a chance. I'm going to try to update that weekly, and we'll have tabs for each week along the way, and then I'll make a new one for February, not February, gosh, I'm zooming through the year, September, October, and so on and so forth. All right, so helpful insights. Let me talk to you first. One thing is, I was talking with the sysadmin team, and please, please, please continue to do what you're doing with gathering data. Thank you for that. And I do want to say thank you for Caleb for gathering data, because anytime you attach an asset to the ticket, that pays off big time, and there's less of this back and forth. But for those of you guys who are not attaching assets to ticket, this is your reminder as you're watching today, your reminder, please attach the asset, especially as we're trying to figure out the trends when it comes to BitLocker code recovery. Now, thankfully, it's been trending down. We get less tickets about that, but I wanted to talk about what are some of the reasons why we're getting BitLocker recovery on the machines. You know that you are, and you're saying, "Hey, Mike, here's a ticket in Site Tech Support, and I need a BitLocker recovery key." Here's one reason. So here, Sam had worked at Piney Grove, and we had a BitLocker code. And the reason why is he had to reconfigure it from RAID to AHCI in the BIOS. So that's one reason you might get a BitLocker recovery code. You've got to change it to AHCI. That's the sweet spot. That's the money maker. Or another reason is secure boot. The secure boot policy had an unexpected change. Do you see that right there? Secure boot policy had an unexpected change. Now, who's changing it? Well, that's what we want to find out. So as you're putting in a ticket for BitLocker recovery, and thank you for doing that. I know it was a little kind of a rough change of pace, because we used to just throw it in the Site Tech Support, say, "Hey, I need a code for this serial number," and we would send it to you via self-destruct message. But the reason we started doing tickets is we're trying to trend or find out, is this a repetitive issue? Does this machine keep getting a BitLocker code? And that's one reason why, is it might be set the wrong way in the BIOS, on RAID, or it might have secure boot turned off. Now, if a student is turning off secure boot, we need to know that. And so taking a picture, and see, when you do a picture, it's going to have the serial number, or it's going to have the recovery ID key right there, recovery ID key. And that helps because if a machine has multiple recovery ID keys, we can quickly send you the right secure message with that BitLocker recovery code. And if the secure boot was disabled, we can also backtrack based off the serial that's in the ticket as you attach the asset to the ticket to find out who's the last logged in users and that type of thing based on class periods. And then we can help even with the teacher and say, hey, you might want to keep an eye on these machines because this one has come up with a BitLocker recovery key multiple times this month. And so it might just be the student going into the BIOS, disabling secure boot. And I have seen TikTok videos where kids are trying to play games, and one of the first steps might be disable secure boot on the machine. And so we just want to be aware of that so we can squash it and get rid of it. Now, there is another reason secure boot BitLocker comes up. Not just secure boot, not just RAID, but it might also be the CMOS battery. Have you ever turned on an all-in-one, and instead of on the Dell all-in-one, it's got that white light on the power button? It might be an amber light, like it's an orange looking light. The reason that happens is the CMOS battery. Now, these machines are pretty impressive. If they've been around for, going on 7, 8 years, and the CMOS is just now needing to be replaced, that's impressive because remember, batteries degrade over time. And so if the CMOS battery needs to be swapped out, please do a quick ticket, get a CMOS battery if you don't already have one in your supply closet or MDF, IDF. Get the CMOS battery, swap it out. It's only a few things to, you take off the base, you unsnap the back. It's not too difficult on those Dell all-in-ones to just pop out the old CMOS, put in the new CMOS. Make sure you do reset your BIOS settings to default, and then check those times and dates. That's going to be important in the BIOS. That's something just to be aware of and to keep an eye on. The other thing I want to talk about, now I'm just going to, if you're not a high school tech, you can kind of tune me out, but we're going to talk about knowledge base and Mac login issues. I know at the start of any school year, sometimes we bump into some login issues, student account login issues, and I did go ahead and write up some instructions and a process. I want to make you guys aware about it. If you're not using the Site Tech Knowledge Base, go ahead and bookmark it. Make sure you're using it on a regular basis. And again, the bookmark's right here, Site Tech Support Chat. If you're in Teams, Site Tech Support Chat, you can get the knowledge base. Just make sure you open it up in a new browser, and then you log in with your work Gmail account. Okay, so once we're on the knowledge base, and I'm going to go ahead and type Mac login issues, it's going to give me some advice. Okay, so we need to isolate it. Is it the account or is it the device? So test your login on a completely different device. So have the student try to log into their assigned Chromebook or a Windows machine. And it's like, Mike, they're in a Mac lab. Where's a Windows machine? They could try it on a clear touch panel or your tech laptop. Just have them try to log in. See if it's maybe it's an issue with their username and password. That's what we're trying to find out. And then if it is, then just do a standard password reset if they can't log in. Or sometimes they'll log in, it creates the local account, but then it's having them try to type in this always allow password through the keychain. There's an Apple keychain that pops up. It's like, okay, you logged in through the ADFS Forsyth County Schools splash screen login page, but now we're going to ask you to type in your password again, and it's not taking. Even though you click always allow and you type in the password, all you have to do, don't panic, just log out and then log in through the local account. And if you ever notice on the Mac on the top right, there's a computer icon. And then when you click that and then you go down to the name, log into the name. And then when that prompts for the keychain saying type in your password, just type in the same password, hit always allow, and then it will let you in. Sometimes that was the error. Or it's possible that we might need to get the ETC involved, because if they're able to log into their Chromebook and that goes through the Google tenant, but they can't log in through the Microsoft tenant on Mac, which is the ADFS login with Mac, all they have to do is modify the password. And I've seen that work 100% of the time. I was at North Forsyth Middle with Mr. Ham. I was at Hendricks with Mr. Polano and Tyler over there. I was also with Jake over at West High. And we had noticed that when you're teaming up with your ETC to have the student reset their password, something about that kind of resynchronizes the student account with the Microsoft services and the Microsoft login. And that's specifically if you're getting the Microsoft Intra ID error message. Now, there is one more trend. If they build the local account and they're trying to log in, the student might have reset their password along the way, but the login holds on to the original password. So the student may need to use their old password and then resynchronize their new password. Or, here's a crazy idea, delete the local user account on the machine and then have them log in, and it's going to rebuild the local account onto the machine. Now, I would caution you, if the students have projects and they've not backed up to OneDrive, or their Google Drive, that might be a problem. But that should be a best practice that they're doing anyway, is backing up to their OneDrive or their Google Drive, okay? But these are all helpful insights and best practices. So again, all you have to do is, if you get the BitLocker Recovery, I want you guys snapping photos, attaching the asset to the ticket, okay? If it's RAID, change it to HCI. If it's secure boot, turn secure boot on. And if it's a bad CMOS battery, you get the amber light on the power button. Go ahead and swap out the CMOS battery. And then with Mac login issues, just follow the steps on the knowledge base. And just depending on what type of error message you're getting, just go ahead and move forward and proceed with those resolution steps. And you may need to work with the ETC to reset the password. And then finally, I just want you guys to know how appreciative we are of each and every one of you. Just looking at those 5-star reviews, it's amazing, and you guys are doing really hard work. And so next time you pop over to the Site Tech Support chat, check out that new tab for 5-star reviews. And I went ahead and alphabetized it A through Z for the agents. And then we've got it based on location, based on who requested it, and then what the survey results said. I did do a newsletter, and I wanted to show that with you guys too. Let me see, I had it pulled up here somewhere. Yeah, so here's the newsletter. You probably saw an email about it, but it's talking about, we had handled upwards toward north of 600 tickets, really. I know it says 500 plus. All of our surveys, we had 53 perfect 5-star reviews. Our top 3 trends this past week were Chromebook battery life and life cycle issues, and then followed up with hardware issues, physical damage on the Chromebooks, and then having access requests. That's why we were talking about the login. Systems, BitLocker recovery keys, we were getting some of those. But keep doing what you're doing. And I do want to give a shout out to the top 5 reps who worked the 5 tickets. Now these are resolved in the time frame of last week. We had Jose coming in number 1, then Jake, followed by Cameron, Nolan, and then Mr. Rick Ward. We appreciate your hard work. And I also sent out a spotlight of some of these 5-star reviews. Make sure you guys review that. And we had some outstanding feedback. You guys are incredible. And thank you again for tuning in to the weekly recap.
Thanks for tuning into the weekly recap, your trusted source for helpful insights and trending solutions to everyday challenges. Have a great week.